Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanita, and on this channel I'll talk about spirituality, law of attraction, personal development, things like that. So if you want to become a better version of yourself, if you want to create the life of your wildest dreams, then join this beautiful spiritual family. Today I want to share with you a very simple, very straightforward technique that will help you heal any relationship in your life that you may currently not find to be satisfactory. This technique works for any relationship, whether it be with your mom, with your girlfriend, with your ex-girlfriend, with your boss, whatever the relationship that you find unsatisfactory or unpleasant in your life right now. This technique will help you heal it. Before we get into the video, I feel like I have to give a disclaimer. If you are a victim of an abusive relationship, whether it be verbal, physical, financial, whatever it may be, this is not a video for you. If you are in a toxic, abusive relationship and you clicked on this video because you're hoping that this video will change the way that your abuser is treating you, because you're hoping that maybe because of this video, you will not have to step up for yourself and walk away, this is not the case. This technique may still be helpful in terms of making you feel better about the situation and making you attract better experiences into your life, but it will not serve as a substitution to what you ultimately have to do, and it is to walk away. I'm going to link important resources for those of you who may be experiencing very difficult relationships down below, but for those of you guys who are just having, unhealthy or toxic kind of dynamics with people that you know are worthy and good and you love, but you seem like you just can't find the common ground with these people, this is definitely going to be the technique for you. This technique can also work for the relationships in your life that have ended and you're not okay with the way that things ended and you want to heal that relationship that's no longer there. So whether it be a relationship with your ex-best friend or ex-boyfriend, this technique is going to help you either to manifest them back if you want to do that, or just to come to terms with how things played out and just have a peaceful attitude towards the entire situation. So this technique is ridiculously simple, and I don't understand why it works in such a miraculous way that it does, but it really does. It comes to us from Abraham Hicks. I'm sure by now we all know who Abraham Hicks is. It's an entity that is speaking through Esther and Jerry Hicks, and we have a lot of different knowledge about the law of attraction from this particular entity, if you can even call it that. But the teaching of Abraham on how to heal your relationship just comes down to one thing. Look at the positive things. What do you appreciate about the person that you're having a conflict with? What do you respect about the person that you may not like very much? I am sure if there's nothing you like about them, you can at least find things that you respect about them, right? So what you do, this technique is very straightforward. You sit down and you write down things that are good about them. This is called a positive aspects list. Once again, it comes to us from Abraham Hicks. This positive aspects list is going to be life-changing to your relationship, because a lot of the times, if you notice, the problem in your relationship actually lies in you and not the way the other person behaves. A lot of the times we give the responsibility for our happiness to the person that we have a relationship with, whether it be a romantic relationship or a family relationship, whatever it is. A lot of the times we give away that responsibility for our happiness that we are supposed to be holding to another person, and that's why our relationships are not going well, because we think in a manner that automatically includes the other person for us to be happy. I think it's the easiest to use a romantic partner as an example. A lot of the times we are trying to change who they are instead of accepting them as they are, we think to ourselves, if only he did this, if only he said this, if only he tried to do this more, then I would be happy. And when you bring this up to your partner, this usually comes from a very insecure and dark place. And usually this energy brings up conflict, brings up disagreement from them, because they're sensing that energy and they respond with the same vibration. This technique allows you to shift your attention to the positive aspects of your relationship. And we know in this community, when you shift your attention to the positives, these things expand. This is a magical, very simple tool to heal your relationship. Along with the technique, I also suggest that you do a couple of other things to heal your relationship. First and foremost, you have to take responsibility for your own happiness. Whenever you feel yourself being triggered by whatever the other party is saying, remind yourself, whatever they say has nothing really to do with me, and why am I so triggered all the time? Why do they have so much impact on me? Maybe because I have given them so much responsibility for making me happy. Just remember that you're happy on your own, nothing can touch you, you're independent, you're free, they don't own your happiness and joy, and hold on to that. The second thing that I suggest you do, if you have a current conflict going on that seems to be ongoing, if you can withdraw from it, do it. Just do it for a couple of days while you're doing the technique, and you will see how this conflict disappears before your eyes. Now let's talk a little bit more about the technique. All you do is you sit down and write down the good things about the person that you may not have the best relationship with. These can be things that you love, adore, or respect about them. I really suggest, if this relationship is extremely problematic, if it's bothering you, if it's something that's on your mind constantly, I suggest that you do this technique every single day for a week to see a shift in your relationship. If you just want to kind of heal things between you and that person, you can do it a couple of times a week just to keep your relationship prospering, just to make sure that you're focusing on the good things and nourishing your relationship with good energy. You can really write down as many things as you can, but I suggest that you try to do 20, 30, or 40. The more, the better. And I know, believe me, I know it's hard to come up with good things about the people that we may be angry with, that we may think we hate. The first couple of adjectives are going to be hard to come up with, but once you kind of go through the first 5 or 10, you'll notice that you start noticing more and more good things, because whatever you pay attention to expands once again. I'm currently using this technique for a couple of different relationships in my life, and I have seen it change my relationships in front of my eyes. One of the relationships that has changed drastically is my relationship with my ex. Now, this is not me trying to manifest them back. This is not me trying to, attract them or heal that relationship and get back together. I just want to feel peaceful about the situation. I just want to feel good about where we are and how it ended. So it's really important for me, to finally have that peaceful closure to that situation while we're still communicating. And I am telling you guys, I used this technique for 2 days when I saw that my relationship with my ex just transformed before my eyes. I wish, honestly, I could use it in the relationship when we were together, because things would have been much better. But I saw a drastic shift in our relationship, and partially because I stopped reacting to whatever was happening between us. I stopped reacting to my normal triggers, and I stopped wanting to change them. A lot of the times the dynamic between exes can be very complicated and toxic, and I feel like it was toxic on both of our parts. I constantly wanted for him to take responsibility for what he has done. I constantly wanted for him to be apologetic, and that's why a lot of the things that he said or did or brought up were triggers to me. But once I started doing the technique, and once I took responsibility for my own happiness, these conversations, these conflicts, these fights that we constantly got into, they didn't happen. You know, I'm happy on my own. I don't need you to act a certain way. I don't need you to do a certain thing. You do you. That's on you. And that's really a very liberating feeling, to not depend on anyone in how you feel. The second thing that changed in my relationship is his vibration shifted because mine did. And he didn't bring up things that would normally make me upset. So mutually, our relationship became very healthy and solid friendship over 2 days, just because I allowed myself to take responsibility for who I am and how I feel, and also because I shifted my attention to the positives and reminded myself that, hey, this person had positively impacted your life for such a long time, and no matter how things ended, you still have to appreciate certain things about them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think this is all I have for today. I'm telling you guys, if you have a current conflict going on, just try this out for 7 days. Try to withdraw from the conflict first. Try it out, take responsibility for your happiness, and you will see that relationship miraculously healed. I'm telling you guys, if I could heal the relationship with my ex, if I could find something to be grateful for about that relationship, you can do that too. Another thing that I noticed about this technique, it can also be used about a person that you want to let go of. A lot of the times when we want to let someone go, our ego focuses on the bad things so that we keep distance from them, but this is not a very good technique of letting someone go. When you hold on to your grudges and onto the negative things that happened between you, you're still holding on to the person. So I found that when I started writing things down, the good things about my ex, I actually not only established a good friendship with him, but also stopped caring whether this continues or not. I let go because now I feel good about everything. I don't need any sort of closure, whether it works out in a friendship way or doesn't. It's not on me. I'm only taking responsibility for me. So yeah, if you're trying to let someone go, I suggest you try this technique out as well. And if you're feeling like there are a couple of bumps on the road in your current relationship, just try it out for a couple of times a week. Just pay attention to the good things and you will find so much more to be grateful for. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye.